Greetings, it's Eric Bakker, the Naturopath from New Zealand, back again. We're on to Module 3 now. So if you've already completed Modules 1 and 2, you've already basically cleared the runway. But now we've got to actually start getting into the control tower. The liver is called the liver because it's how we live. It makes us live. So what does the liver actually do? Well, it's a detox powerhouse. It breaks down all kinds of toxins in the body. It can create toxic compounds and make them water soluble so we can flush them out. It all depends on the quality of food you eat. But remember, the liver processes a lot more than just food. It also processes emotions. And we can soon see that and be aware of that if we watch people who drink too much alcohol. That affects the liver functioning quite a lot. But it doesn't mean to say you can't have alcohol. It just means to say you need to be intelligent about your use around alcohol. We're going to talk about the most friendly liver foods and drinks that we can take into our diet, and also the foods that we need to avoid the most when it comes to cleansing our liver. We're also going to talk about some key signs and symptoms regarding your liver's function, and to make you aware when your liver really needs more love than it probably is already getting. So why is it important to keep our liver clean if we're looking at a Candida cleanse? When yeast dies, it can release various types of toxins. We call them mycotoxins. Those would die off if it's too excessive or too heavy-handed. And this is why it's important to really look after our liver and to keep it clean and to allow it to work as the filter that it is. So once you're running a really clean liver in the body and you've made that diet change, you're going to notice significant differences in terms of sleep, energy, libido. Many things will change when the liver is functioning well. Let's talk about the 4 key benefits of liver cleansing. One of the most important ones is it's going to support digestion, optimal digestion and nutrient absorption. We need good liver function to break food down properly, particularly fats, so we can absorb a lot of the fat-soluble nutrients. We also need a good functioning liver to help reduce systemic inflammation in the body. The liver also, a healthy liver, promotes long-term gut health. So it's going to stop symptoms like bloating and gas and constipation. And the liver is instrumental when it comes to constipation. The 4th point about the liver function, optimal liver function, it restores mental clarity. Now, you'll know about this if you drink wine or any kind of alcohol, how you lose that mental clarity. Many people today have fatty liver disease. Now, fatty liver disease is also called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So your body can get quite large get a big belly roll around the middle, not necessarily from drinking alcohol, but from eating sugary foods and the wrong types of carbohydrates and ultra-processed foods. And these things can lead to liver toxification. The liver makes large amounts of a substance called albumin. There was a researcher in 1996 who discovered this and found that when the liver functions optimally, it can produce enough albumin to sufficiently detoxify bacterial and fungal toxins. It can even detoxify Candida Cleanse, which is a very powerful mycotoxin. There are 11 signs that your liver needs a cleanse. So the first one's probably bad breath and body odor. So have a look at what the person's eating and drinking. And you'll often find it could be things like soda drinks, or it could be donuts, or it could be sugary coffees. The second one is fatigue. Now, this is again a hallmark sign of poor liver function. And so when the liver is functioning below par, the person's energy production will often be well below par. The third one is hormonal imbalances and PMS. So premenstrual syndrome, anxiety and depression, number 4. Mood disorders are much more common in people with liver dysfunction. Poor appetite and nausea. A healthy person has got a very strong appetite when they're hungry. They want to eat food and they'll digest it quite well. Now, number 7, the yellowing of the eyes or the skin is a classic sign often of hepatitis or some type of a liver disease. It's dark urine and stools, pale stools. But when the urine smells strong and it's got a strong color, it's dehydration. And number 9, skin problems. Often with patients on high medications that cause liver toxicity, we'll end up with a skin itch problem. Patients coming into our clinic with chronic skin issues that we track down to a medication that was toxifying the liver function. Chronic skin problem is often linked with a poor liver function. And the 11th one is a high level of heavy metals in the body. So how do we cleanse the liver? Well, there are many ways to cleanse the liver. I'd like you to have a look at the resources on the liver cleanse page, because there are many free resources you can download. A very good one for you is the free guide to the liver cleanse. We need to be looking at fruits and vegetables more. We need to be looking at fresh foods, especially bitter foods. Bitter foods help the liver secrete more bile and toxins. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, kale, but also lettuce. You taste that's quite bitter. So bitter is the opposite of sweet. You'll often find people who are very drawn to sweet and sugary foods often detest the bitter foods. They don't like bitter foods. So don't have food too bitter, don't have food too sweet. Be somewhere in the middle and try a bit of both. Lifestyle changes. Think about the chemicals and toxins in your life. What are you involved in? Are you spraying glyphosate all around the garden, Roundup, doing weed control on your property? Are you still washing your hands in petroleum like turpentine or diesel? Liver toxins there are so many different types of liver toxins like insecticides, pesticides, weedicides, herbicides. Ultra-processed foods often contain these sorts of chemicals. The key really to flushing toxins from the body is hydration. So hydration is going to help the skin, lungs, kidneys, and liver, all of our detoxification organs, excrete more toxic waste from the body. A good liver cleansing juice for you to have is just orange, carrot, and ginger. So those three things combined and work quite well. Right, so here's a checklist further down the page on the key foods for liver cleansing. Supplements, well, I'd recommend probiotics, of course, because probiotics really assist the gut microbiome in many ways. So they help with the gut lining and inhibit pathogens and help to boost immune function. Digestive enzymes are key when it comes to liver cleansing, mainly because they assist the liver in overall function and improve digestion, particularly if you've got lipase and fat, the fat busters in there. So a good digestive enzyme is going to help improve liver function significantly during a diet transition. And of course, antimicrobial supplements I always recommend during any kind of cleansing phase. Fiber supplements can come in handy for some people. There are many types of high fiber foods and fruits and vegetables. So how long do you stay on a liver cleanse for? 7 to 10 days is normally pretty good. Key thing I'd like you to take away, this third module, is to stop all alcohol for 7 to 10 days. Look at the key food or beverage you're taking in right now that's compromising your liver function. Is it a takeaway meal? Chicken nuggets? Is it an energy drink? You don't know? Ask someone who's close to you if they think there's anything you're eating or drinking. If you found that food or beverage, I would can it for at least 7 to 10 days. If you can just do that one thing, and that concludes today, that concludes the end of our Candida Cleanse Beginner Program. You can go into the Module 4, which is the low reactive diet. And the low reactive diet is for people who are struggling with chronic Candida overgrowth, SIBO, irritable bowel syndrome. If you've had some issue for a long time and you can't get rid of it, it's not being resolved, you're sick and tired of the symptoms and you finally want to nail it, I would highly recommend you look at the Candida Cleanse Advanced Program. And I appreciate you looking, and we'll catch up with you hopefully in number 4. Thanks very much.